was a lot.
Wow. Yeah.
I was trying to drag it out so you guys are ready.
I like
everybody's adjusting. And it's like,
I appreciate the extra effort.
I guess I'm ready. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
after an epic shabudu like that, we are all ready.
Hello. And welcome
Is
to
it me you're looking for? I could see it in your Crocs.
That was good. That was pretty good.
You're on.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Kickin and Crocs, the podcast. We talk about martial arts stuff, geeky stuff, and all sorts of stuff. My name is Steve, one half of Kickin and Crocs.
My name is Dave, the other half of Kickin and Crocs. And I pointed to my mug, but, you know.
The audio listeners couldn't see that, though.
My name is Nick, and my name's nowhere on any of the mugs.
Mine, yeah, no,
And I'm the shadow half.
of Kickin and Crocs.
Sure.
Talking tea with Dave Steven.
Yes.
Talking tea.
Talking honey and water.
Spilling the tea with Dave Steven. That's what the podcast should be called instead. No. This
I ain't
is where we are.
spilling tea.
Tea time
This is where we live.
with
Kickin and Crocs with tea.
DSN and SD.
Just make sure it doesn't sound like a disease.
Okay, yeah.
NSD?
Hang on.
SND?
Okay, so we have topics
DNS?
for tonight.
DNS
Dave has our topics for tonight,
distributed
right, Dave? Let's
I
go.
have a couple topics.
Okay, let's kick it off
I have
now
some-
before
I
we
have-
go
I have
anywhere
some
any
topics.
further off the rails.
It depends on what
No.
we want to talk about.
So first, you were going to say something about Lauren.
Oh.
Go. Let's start it up.
He said, "Go!" Right as he's about to take a sip from the tea.
Well, wait. What were we talking about that made me trigger to the Lauren?
Oh, you're not asking me to remember what we're talking about. You need the young guy over there.
You said something, and I was like, "That's
I
not
usually
true."
Say something.
Because
Oh no, here we go. This is
All
a
right.
great way to start the podcast.
Let's jump into a topic and we'll come back
Yeah,
to it.
we'll circle back. Put a pin in it.
he said I don't listen to the podcast.
Yes.
I said that's not true. I actually went back and listened. I had this argument with Lauren today because I went back and I listened to the section where she said what she wanted for her birthday. We talked about this last podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So I did actually order her the proper Crocs that she
Right? We
wants
talked.
now.
Yep, we talked about this last.
But she
week.
tried to change the subject today. She tried to be like, no, what I said was, and I'm like, no. I went back and
Listen, we
listened to the
have
full
it
audio
on
clip
film.
of what you, because she was like, I said,
Now, did you send her that clip
she's like,
only?
I wanted lime green, but I said pastel. I said,
No.
you said lime green.
No.
That is what you said. You said lime green.
Did you, next time? Don't even.
So
Did you pull up the
respond.
clip? Did
Yeah,
you pull up
just
the
send
clip?
her
no,
the clip.
no.
We should have done that.
We were going into she was getting ready for the birthday party.
I will literally cut the clip
Let's
out
do
of
it.
that episode, and I will
do it.
send
But
it
I
to
was
you
like,
so you can send it to her.
bro,
Because she said
You
lime green.
you should type up like her argument. That's not what
So-
I said.
so-
and then
Yep.
play the clip.
Which brings me to the
right
first
after it.
first thing. So we were talking to a couple of the parents
Mm-hmm.
before or during leadership seminars. Lauren was setting up, and Mrs. Botts, who is an avid fan
Yay.
of the podcast, she was
Shout out.
we were chatting. Now I had so I've been bleeding our printer dry for toner, right? So like you get the warning, you need to refill. I'm like, no, I'm gonna run this thing dry, like a guy is driving their car.
Yeah,
empty.
until
We
the
do-
dust
we do
is
the
coming
same
down.
thing at the
So
time
then
we
the
were
boss
school.
comes.
Have to.
So the boss comes in, getting ready for the leadership seminar, which is always like 60 kids.
Yep.
And he's like, I need 30 copies of this, which we ended up needing like 60 copies anyway.
Wow.
But we rate the first 2 copies and we're like bone dry. And I'm like, boss, I got to run to Staples and go get this stuff. He's like, all right, go do what you got to do. So I get my gi pants on. I just put my shirt that I'm wearing now over and socks and Crocs, and took off.
As it should be.
So when I came back, I
Always
just
right.
rolled my sleeves up instead of just taking the shirt off. Put the gi on for the remaining couple minutes of class or whatever. Then took the top off again. But I was walking around in my socks. So Colton Colello's mom was like, maybe I'm gonna have to start listening to the podcast because she was missing out on a lot of the conversation. Apparently her and Sue were admiring or making fun of one of the other of my socks.
Okay.
And they're like, "Oh, we love your socks," and they were joking about my
Sarcastically.
socks and like, right, sarcastically. And then she's like, "Oh, I used to wear those in middle school." So this is
What
the
socks
reason
are
I
these?
am currently not in my Crocs. There is a reason I'm not wearing Crocs today. I wear them every day, and I wear my wife and I, who Kelsey actually wears too, wear Injinji socks,
Right.
which are toe running socks.
Right.
It's about the only sock that we wear these days. She has other socks, obviously. I am fully phasing out other socks and just going with these. She just uses them to run and lounge around in. She has other socks, but yeah, they were making fun of my socks. So then when I got home, because they're like, They're like, "Do you have them in orange?" I was like, "Yes, I do actually."
Have you been in my drawer?
So
Have you been checking?
I got
Like,
home and I'm
what's going on
Facebook
here?
friends with Colton's mom, so I was like, I sent her a picture of my bright orange one. She's like, "Oh my god," and then she's like, "My mind is blown." What did she actually say? So it was pretty funny. She's like, I showed it first. I showed it because Kelsey was wearing hers, so I put our feet together and I was like, "See, Kelsey's got hers. Hers are in blue.
And for folks that don't know about those, explain the socks real quick.
They're toe socks.
They
What is that?
have
Each individual
toe. The sock
toe has
fits
its own
around.
Think
like
of
a glove.
gloves. Think of
A glove for your
gloves, but
foot.
for feet. Yeah.
So I sent a little video of us with our feet, like I was like, "See, we both have socks. Hers are blue." And Kelsey goes, "Yeah, mine are better. They're blue." So she writes, she's right though. Hers are better. So then I sent her a picture of the orange ones they were asking me about.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
And she's, "Oh my god, these are just like your normal everyday socks." My mind is blown right now. So then I sent her a pile of these because I have
So many.
a lot of them. And she goes, "Wow, yep, my mind is blown. I didn't even know they still existed."
Does she also know you keep them in business?
So I sent her the link to the website.
Nice.
Right, like he's the only
But you
one
know,
that's buying
but you
it.
know,
He's the only
no,
one.
no, no. Again, my wife wears them too.
The two of you.
And
All right.
it's running socks.
Yeah.
But
This is
so
a sponsorship. We
so
can try.
the thing is, and I believe it, your toes aren't really meant to be crammed together. They're supposed to function individually.
Well, you'll
Someone
hear
forgot
that's
to
the
tell my
first
toes
thing
that.
when your shoes get tight that your podiatrist will talk to you about. Are
Correct.
your feet crammed together? Because that's where you get
So
a whole bunch of issues.
well,
from it.
right. So the first thing I did before I started wearing Injinjis was I got wide toe box shoes, barefoot shoes. I was wearing zero shoes. Now Crocs are a wide toe box shoe.
Yes,
They
big time.
sure
That's
are.
why I love Crocs. So
Wide toe box.
the next thing with the Injinji socks, now the individual flexion of the toes is great, especially when you're running. But so my wife has bunions, right? She has bad bunions. And one of the things you do for bunions is they have these things called toe spacers.
Yes, they help out. Yep.
So you put them and they kind of help align the bones, right? So the toe spacers are important. So, I have toe spacers. She has toe spacers. Wear them at night. Especially because we're running. We're runners. We run often. So it helps with the feet, right? And I'm barefoot all day. So I'm
Do
not
the
really
grinders
used
help
to
with that too, just to bring, or no, it's like a lotion to bring the pressure of the bunion down. Like, is it a lotion you put on?
No, well, the bone's actually protruding out. That's what causes the bunion. The joint itself,
Yeah,
actually.
but it happens over time, right?
It does, but
But there's no kind of like, yeah, I guess because the bone is no lotion.
you have to
or anything.
realign.
Yeah. Okay.
So the toe socks help to kind of also keep the toes individual and the ability to spread your toes out throughout the course of a
I
day.
had one pair, and I think I didn't give myself enough time to get used to it. It just felt different, right?
Well, it
So
feels
I'm just
different,
like,
but
I
also
feel like I was
there are
sweating
other
more
companies
from
that make toe socks.
Yeah.
There are other companies that make toe socks. And Gingies are particularly athletic. You pick by your activity.
So they're like airy.
Yeah, well, you pick by your activity. So
Okay.
they have hiking, they have cross training, they have running.
Sitting.
Yes. So,
Just sitting on your couch.
but
doing nothing? That'd be great.
there are thicker ones
would
that do make your
sit.
feet sweat a little bit more because they're thicker like a wool.
Yeah.
And then there's ones that pure running ones that are a lot
Well-
lighter material that don't.
So from my angle, I couldn't see your toes. So I really thought you were showing me like on my type of stop for a second. I'm like, why are you
Nope.
showing me that? But now I get it. Okay.
They're
Cool.
all individual. So yeah.
Nice.
So she was making fun of them, but they're actually awesome. So
Have you showed her? Did you start picking things up and creeping her out, like using
With
it?
your toes.
Oh yeah, exactly.
there's another company that makes toe. There's another company that makes toe socks called Creepers.
Nice.
That's so funny.
So-
I like it.
But I do. These are what I wear these in every one of my Crocs too.
Okay.
So I very rarely wear barefoot Crocs.
I would say that's probably the best in a Crocs anyway, because again, like you said, the wide toe box.
White
so
toe box. Yeah, so I'm a weirdo, and this is how I dress.
I've known that for years, and
Okay.
don't
Let's
blame it.
deal
On
with
your,
it.
Don't blame it on your socks. Yeah.
That's
It's
all I'm
not,
saying.
not just the
Add it
socks.
to the list.
It's not
I
just
wish
the
they made
socks.
kids
Where's
socks.
the
Though. They don't.
scroll?
They don't have the little baby socks. One day, so Declan's in those little feet prisons.
Oh, feet
He's barefoot a
pills.
lot though. He's barefoot.
He's
a
mostly
lot.
barefoot every time he's
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, it's okay. Pretty soon it's gonna be like the shirt's gonna be off and the pants. Like they have that stage where like I just want to wear my diaper and that's it. So you'll see.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
I mean, he gets
Especially
away.
now we're in summertime soon.
He does that at my parents' house a lot. He does it with us. My in-laws are not. They're like pants, socks. Let's go.
Keep them on.
Let's look like a civilized human being.
There you go. It's a good balance. It's a
I
good
mean,
balance.
Yeah, all right.
You need
Yeah.
to have that. So cool. All right. So you got a little
So
bit of
that's my toe
interaction
sock.
there regarding your toe socks. I like it. Now, do you have longer ones for the winter, like thicker, longer
Thicker
ones?
ones, but not so much long. I only wear like up to the ankle.
Then
But I
go,
do
okay.
want to get ones for Spartan races that are like higher.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't want an Alex situation where
No, I mean,
Reach through your
I will
entire
never
ankle.
run a race without socks on. That
was
is
dumb of him.
bananas.
If you guys missed that episode, go back and
there's
watch.
a couple of episodes
Yeah,
where I
that's
complained about it.
bananas.
Yeah, we're talking about a couple
It was
episodes.
funny.
I forget which episode
Yeah,
it is.
that is nuts.
The one of them with Master Alex in it. He talked about his running without socks,
Silly
running a Spartan
error.
race without socks.
Yeah.
Error. Now, you guys had did we talk about your recent run? We did. We talked about that already. Too.
We did
We did talk
the
about the
one.
recent one, yes.
So, yeah. So that's my sock story.
Nice. Well, that
It's
is
short,
that
it's
is
sweet, but
funny
that's a sock
how,
story.
how they both are staring at you, and then you call them on it, and they're like, "Oh, not only do I have them here, this isn't."
Oh,
a
yeah,
one-off
no,
later.
I
This is
have.
a lifestyle choice.
This is not a one-off.
Lifestyle choice.
No, like this is not a one-off. Like I just happen to be wearing these today. No.
All right, listen, the three of you that are commenting, what kind of socks do you prefer, and what time of the year is your favorite time of year to wear socks? And I say that because we're coming upon a time of year where a lot of folks
Yeah.
will stop wearing socks. Right?
Yeah, it's true.
Spring, summer, socks kind of hit the road, and
Yeah, well,
sandals and
since
clogs
spring,
come out.
and then
It's almost time to
I'll wear
break out the Croc slides.
I got the Croc slides too.
yeah.
I gotta get me
yeah.
a pair of those.
So-
I love slides.
So it was an interesting week at the school.
Okay.
It was indeed an interesting week. yes.
So I figured tonight I would regale you with the tale of one of the weirdest lessons, introductory, first timers.
Nice.
I think we've had in a long time.
Sure.
If that does well for you guys. So weird, in
I'm ready for
fact. So Mr. Frazina,
Mm-hmm.
who is I don't know if he listens, but he's a parent at the school.
We can-
and
we
he
can
grew
tell
up.
him to.
He grew up at the game, going to the game room store with people I went to high school with, like Newman, and he actually teaches at a school with my long-term ex.
So do we do your intro?
So
Tales of the weird and
So-
martial arts.
Yes, indeed. We
So,
are now going to
he-
weird
he
tales
engages
of
in
the
this
Croc.
story.
Wow, that was probably really loud.
here's how he engages in the story. So I'll tell you how Mr. Frazina comes into play here. So Wednesday night.
Sounds like a
let me
character
let me
from
paint the
Seinfeld.
picture.
And he brings in Wednesday.
Well, his name is Sal.
Nice.
So if you want his first name, it's Sal. Let's say Sal. Okay. Anyway, it's Wednesday night. Dark and stormy. No.
It was a dark and stormy
It actually was, but
So it's Wednesday night,
didn't know
and
when or where, but he knew.
I was doing Nick right now. It's a
Give me that back.
yeah, but his was like
Yours is always
here.
there, too.
No,
You
it's
don't
not.
notice it. Yes, you
No, I notice it. I am
Back to the
observant.
story.
Anyway,
You put yours on like this. You're just like, oh.
so it's a Wednesday night, and I'm about to teach. See, that was nowhere near the edge. So I'm about to teach an orange and green belt class. Orange, green, and there's blue, purple that goes on the other way. Now, Mr. Dan, who you might remember from the podcast,
Dan Lohmeyer.
who likes to sleep, and
Yes. If you
Chop,
must watch
think.
the Dan Lohmeyer interview was literally the name of that podcast.
so
Keep it simple.
keep it simple. So he
Fresh
comes.
haircut.
I'm on the floor getting ready to like warm up the class. Right, we got like 3 minutes before class starts. So, you talk to the students.
Yes.
He just, and he comes up and he's like, "Oh, somebody just walked in. They're interested in lessons." I said, "Great. Warm this class up. I'll go talk to him." So I go out into the lobby, and there's this guy. He looks Brazilian. He's Colombian, actually.
Okay.
Pretty, like, maybe like our height, like maybe an inch
Solid
taller
build, though.
than
Yeah.
you and me, but like pretty jacked, like pretty fit guy.
Cool.
So I'm like, "Hi, how can I help you?" He's got a thick accent. And he's like, I want to do lessons. I said, "Oh, great. I'd love to help you out with that. Have you ever trained before?" And he's like, straight face. He goes, "Why do you need to know that?" So I'm like,
Now, he was asking for himself to have lessons? Or
he
for
was
his kid?
asking for himself to have lessons.
Okay.
And I'm like, so I was like,
Number one question, yeah.
"Okay, do you have any experience? Have you ever done martial arts before? Why do you need to know that?" And I'm like, huh. So I'm
Lets
like,
me know where
well,
you're coming
it
from.
gives me an idea where you're coming from, how to better serve you, what your experience level.
That's a normal question.
Yeah.
It dictates.
It's like, do I need to build you from the
pace.
ground up, or do you
I
already
said,
know some
correct.
stuff?
And then I'm also like, and if I'm being totally honest, it's also for the safety of everybody around, because I don't know if you're coming from some people will come from other styles or other schools and they're looking to like prove their mettle. Just a general question. I maybe done a little bit. I said, okay. I said, is there a reason you don't want to share? And he's like, I just want to, I just coming to learn karate. I said, okay, so you want to be treated like a beginner. I get that. You want to come in with the fresh.
Yes, you want to
I
start
said,
from
I've
the
been
beginning?
there. I understand. Great. So we're talking a little bit, and I go, okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to set up an appointment. I don't have today because I'm about to teach this class. And there's 2 dojo floors in our school.
Right.
As you guys know, but in case anybody doesn't know.
Correct.
So there's an orange-green belt class in one room, and there's a blue-purple belt class in the other. So both rooms are occupied. All the instructors are occupied. There's no lesson. So I said, you can come back tomorrow at 8 o'clock and do a lesson. He goes, okay, great. So I'm going to have a book appointment. I get his name, get his age. And I'm like, and you said you trained a little bit. I'm going to assume jiu-jitsu. And he goes, how you know?
The build,
I'm like,
the background.
The build, the background. I've been doing this a long time. I get the vibe. He's like, only for a couple months. I said, okay.
It was the way that you like slid on your butt into the room. Like,
I would like to train.
I was like, okay, no worries. No, So I book him in. I'm like, good to go. Solid. Done. See you tomorrow. He's like, great. He's like, yeah. He's like,
okay,
yeah.
good for him.
So he's excited.
Glad he's excited.
Goes
That's
about
great.
his way. I go and I teach a class, and I teach the adult class all as well.
Is there more to this story?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
He definitely scoots in.
Just when he thought that it was all over.
So, yeah. So I I teach the next 2 classes. So I teach orange and greens. I teach the adult class. Figure, it'll be a nice day. Close out
He
the
feels
school.
a tingle
Come in the next
back
day.
of his neck.
So today.
Notice his eyes
So
peering through the
let's
window.
flash. Let's do this. So
Full
the reason
circle.
Sal comes in is he comes up to the desk today, Saturday, Sunday. He comes in and he's like, did that guy ever show up? And I'm like, oh, you heard that? Because it was a weird interaction. Like, it was a very weird interaction. He goes, as soon as he asked you why you don't get experience, I slid closer because I was like, I got to hear this. Because he's a high school teacher as well. So he's like, he knew right away. He's like, this is going to be interesting. So I proceed to tell the story to him as I'm about to tell the story to you. 7:50.
Same day or the next day.
Next day, where the kid's supposed to be coming in for his intro lesson. I say kid, he's like 27, 28. Supposed to be coming in for his introductory lesson. I just wrap up teaching the black belt class, and I'm getting ready to teach our kickboxing, our fitness class. Right? So getting the music queued up, and I see him walk in, and I'm like, I take off my gi top because I'm getting ready to teach. I usually just teach in a t-shirt for that class because it's just a fitness class. So I'm like, oh, hey, man, how are you? I'm not going to say anybody's names, but I was like,
Makes sense.
good to see you. I was like, listen, if you could just fill out this paperwork, and then Master Steve will be with you in a minute. I'm going to be teaching a fitness class. And he's like, okay. I said, great. So he just starts filling out the paperwork, and then, like, the interaction that happens in the meantime when I go to plug in the music is Steve looks at the form, and he goes, you need to put an address down. And the guy goes, why do you need my address? So Steve's like,
Because it's on the paper.
it's like, you have to fill out the complete waiver or you can't participate. I need the whole thing. So the guy reluctantly puts down his address. Now, in the interim, he's like, okay. So he finally gets a full sheet and he goes, all right, we're going to go into this room, this small room, because I am already in the big room
Doing
with
a whole other
8
class.
other
Yep.
students getting
No-
ready to start
Yeah, normal
a
day.
class.
Yep.
So he goes, oh, okay. And he puts his shoes into the cubby area and he starts
Okay.
walking to the classroom that I am in. And Steve goes, no, we're going to go this way. He goes, okay. Turns around and starts walking behind Steve. They get to like the classroom floor and he turns around and starts walking back towards the kickboxing class. So I see it, and I had just plugged in the
What?
music, and I hadn't hit play yet. So I come off the floor real fast. I put my arm on the guy's shoulder. I go, hey, buddy, no, he means you're going to go into that room. Okay, I'm going to be teaching a class in here. You're going to do a little lesson there. He goes, oh, okay. And he starts turning
You
around
think
to
it's
walk
you
that
think it's the
room.
language barrier?
No.
Suddenly it
No,
zooms
no,
in
no,
on
no,
both
no.
eyes and you hear,
No. So he goes, oh, okay, nobody told me. Now, when he says this,
Of course he said that.
Lauren is behind the front desk who has watched this whole interaction now
I'm sure.
of getting told 3 times
with
where to go.
popcorn.
So she's like trying not to laugh because she said, "Nobody told you. What are you talking?"
He's like,
Like,
he told you 3
he told
times.
you
Steve's
twice.
holding your
He
hand.
told me. So I go about teaching the kickboxing class, right? And I don't see the lesson. But I see him walking out with his piece of paper, like with information on it. So I'm like, so I'm doing a circuit. So they got 45 seconds left on what they're doing. So I quickly sneak, because the door's right next to the classroom. So I'm like, hey man, how'd your lesson go? Did you have fun? That's all I said. Did you have fun? And he looks at me and he goes, I don't know. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, all right, man, you have a good day. And I give him a little fist bump, and he like looks at me, and he's like,
I guess.
and then he walked out the door, and I finished teaching class. So as soon as class ends, I run to Steve. I'm like,
What the heck? Just
how'd that go?
Yeah. No, I want to know what happened by the second.
So
Yep.
here's the interactions.
Oh God, here we go.
So after I give the kid the form, and I went about my business.
And V-Rock can tell a story, so I can't wait.
Before, well, so here's the thing. He can embellish things sometimes, but the reason I know this all happened exactly the way it happened,
Lauren was there too.
Dan Smith
Oh, and
was
he's a
there
trustworthy source.
the entire time. Now, Lauren was there, but Lauren also was cleaning things.
Yeah.
Dan Smith was there. No, and Lauren comes into kickboxing class. So
Got
she watched the initial interaction, and she actually takes my kickboxing class.
Okay.
So Dan Smith watched the entire thing, and most of our viewers don't know who that is. He's the most straight-laced, straightforward,
Great
no
guy.
nonsense.
He's a
Great guy.
trustworthy source of information.
Yeah, but he's not going to embellish anything.
Nope.
So I'm like,
Tell me the story.
what happened after I added? I gave, the thing before he walked into the classroom 3 times that we kept redirecting him. He goes, oh my God. He's like, it was the craziest thing. He goes, you gave him the paper, and I came up, and I'm like, hey man, how you doing? I reach out, handshake again, and the guy looks at my hand, and he looks back at me, and he goes, we shook hands already, yesterday. Why are we going to shake hands again? And Steve's like,
Because it's a new day.
it's
I haven't
It's-
seen you today yet.
it's like it's just a courtesy. He goes,
It's just
okay.
polite.
So then the interactions of him walking back and forth happen. And then he goes, okay. So he finally knows what room he's going into. So Steve's walking into the room. And the kid falls over and rolls on the ground onto the mat.
So
So
like a shoulder roll, or
Or like he passed out.
Now that I can't, I didn't see.
Now, was
Steve,
it
Steve
like
said
a-
it was more like he was falling and there's rolling.
But was it like a medical thing, or was it like he thought like that's how you enter the mat?
I have no idea. But I thought I saw a glimpse of him on the mat, and it looked like he was stretching. And Steve's like, no, he fell and rolled into that position. And Steve's like, are you okay? And he goes, yeah, why?
it's like because you just
So-
did that? Like what?
So anyway, they get them to stand up, and he's now Steve wants to show him just the basics of like. Now I had already instructed Steve previously because I was like, I think this guy's got experience. I said keep it strictly to karate.
Yes.
Don't blend in any of the other things we do right
the
now.
groundwork,
because
anything like that, yeah.
interested particularly in
Karate
probably a stand up part of. So I was like, keep it to self defense, keep it to basic striking, that kind of thing. So Steve already, I gave him a lesson plan. This is what I want done with this guy since I can't do it myself. So Steve goes to teach him like the basics of fighting stance, and the guy's backing away every time Steve goes near him.
Interesting.
And he's like, you okay? He's like, I'm just very scared.
Oh,
And he's like, well, there's nothing to be scared about. We're just gonna work together today. I'm just gonna show you what we're gonna do.
yeah, no. It's just,
And he's like, I'm just very nervous, very scared, very nervous, very scared. He keeps backing up.
oh,
So
man.
he's like, there's nothing to be worried about. Here, I'll show you what we're gonna do. And he brings out Dan Smith. So he's like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. And Dan shows a fighting stance and like a jab. Now the kid goes, that was very good. You're excellent. Can I shake your hand? And Dan's like, puzzled. And he goes, yeah, okay. He goes, no, you're better than that. And he gets down to his knees and starts genuflecting to Dan. Now you got a picture. Dan, who is like the most straightly, like, so
I can just see Dan's face. Like, what do I do right now?
yeah, a very, like utter confusion.
Well, I'm confused listening to this
So-
story, and I can't imagine Dan.
So and Steve was telling me this. I was like, "You sure he wasn't messing with you guys? Because that's pretty common. Number one, that's in Muay Thai. You would do it at the end of a fight. That's a common thing.
you don't do it in the middle
in
of a random.
traditional, some
movement.
traditional karate, you would bow. You would down on your knees like that.
Yeah, but you're talking about the
when you
master,
and
not-
normally when you get like a belt or so I was like, okay, and so I was like, sure he wasn't messing with you guys, and Dan, and now I used another choice phrase. I didn't say messing, but Dan goes, there is not an ounce of messing that I can detect. That like he was not messing with us.
Okay.
I said,
so
okay.
Interesting.
I was like, okay. So he genuflects. He does get a couple of jabs and crosses in.
Nice.
And then, Steve's smart enough to go, all right, here's the schedule, and it's going to cost this much. Like, gives him like a high price. Like, when you don't want somebody in your school, you just kind of like.
Yeah, well, it's really like, it's not, I don't even think it's a high price as much as it's like, let's see if this guy's for real. Let's not continue to play. Like, just
Right.
like if you
He
want
gives
us-
him. He actually
Yeah.
gave him. I think he gave him the actual price.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he just
yeah.
gave it to him quick. There was no fluff. They was just like, this is it.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Hold on.
Can you describe this guy?
Why is he
No.
at your school?
It just sounds familiar.
Well, we have to just be. Yeah, I wouldn't overly describe him.
Yeah.
That might be an off
Just-
after hours discussion.
All right. So anyway, let me carry on here.
So
So
genuflecting, got it.
genuflex. Steve just gives him the price. Not a high price. He gives him actually just a legitimate price, I believe.
Yeah.
Just quickly.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I
like
get
no
that. I
fluff.
get,
Just like
slowing down.
no,
the
no.
lesson
Just
and
like
going
boom.
into it.
There you go. This is what like.
Yeah. Seems
just-
like you have some experience. Would you be interested? This is the amount. Yeah.
Right. So just boom, hits him with it.
Okay.
And he goes, okay. And he's like, all right, let me think about it. And out the door he goes. And I have my interaction with him. And he's like, not sure if he had fun, whatever. So turns out, as soon as he leaves, and now I'm getting the story from Steve, the address he puts down on the form,
What's the school address?
hotel.
Oh,
It's a hotel. I'm not going to say which hotel, but it's a hotel.
okay.
So that happened on Thursday. Friday, Steve comes in, and he's like, I saw the dude. And I said, you saw the dude? Walking down the street from the hotel. Steve knows hotel.
Okay.
And he drove by it, dropping his kids off to school.
Okay.
And he's like, the guy was stumbling side to side. And like,
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, so either he's
Yeah, he's got-
drinkies or
an
doing
addict of some
something
kind, possibly.
or
that stinks. Now, have you guys heard from him since?
no. But I even told him no. So like
But it's listen. I'm surprised he even came for his appointment.
I did
Right.
say though, don't because normally we have a great follow up process.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, no,
Yep,
Let
none
him
of it.
follow
I
up.
said no.
None of it.
no.
Dave,
If he wants to be here,
that was great, Dave. That was great. Good
But-
interaction. Good interaction.
yes.
So-
From now on, we will all genuflect to each other.
so that's
Genuflect.
the
All right.
that's the.
So that listen, add it to the book list.
But
'cause we see some crazy stuff.
Sammy's dad Sal was like, yeah, I kind of figured it was gonna go like that. He was like, he's like, I couldn't stop thinking about it since Wednesday. I had to know.
I
What
have
happened?
never.
What?
So I'm not. Listen, I've been in the business for a while. I've never had anyone genuflect to me yet. Yeah, that's a new one. That's a new one. In the middle of a jab. Listen, that's
But
an
you
impressive
you saw him walking like Sammy's dad came up to the desk today and he's just like, I have to know. I've been thinking about it since that interaction.
I'm gonna have to have Dan show the class his jab.
I
Again.
was
That's
like-
pretty miraculous.
I was like, wow, yeah. So every now and then you come across. I haven't had
Can
a
I
weird
shake
one
your
like that
hand?
in
No,
a
never
while.
mind. That is beneath you. I shall genuflect.
I shall bow to you instead.
But it was weird, right? Like that's a weird interaction. The whole thing was
No,
like
that's
a
perfectly
weird,
normal. Yeah,
weird
it happens
interaction.
all-
For
happens all the time.
us.
I was like,
Normal for this audience.
woo! It's
Wow.
like okay. Yeah, so I told that story without giving out any names. So
That is crazy.
as respectful as I could.
That is
That's too
crazy.
funny.
It reminds me of those McDojo like
Right?
episodes, right?
Yeah.
It look, you're waiting for. This
Well, I
guy to,
honestly
like,
thought
run
thought he
backwards
was gonna like. I thought he was just, and that's why I asked. Is he sure he wasn't messing with the guys, like a skilled guy?
Well,
on
between the
ground?
roll and fall
Yeah,
and
that's
the
what I'm-
backing up
that's what
from
I'm
Steve
saying,
thing, and then the genuflect. It sounds like a prank.
and like,
Yeah.
I mean, and he's a big dude.
Yeah. I'm wondering again, was he on something, or
Well, that's
was he testing? Like, how would they react if I mess with them a little bit? Like, would they?
It sounds like he was on something, is what it sounds like to me.
It does. It does sound a little bit
That's
more
really
of
what it
that.
sounds
But here's the thing, though. On something, you don't usually make an appointment. That's what throws me off. Like, he made it.
Well, he probably wasn't on something at that point. he might
He
still
rolled on the mat and genuflected.
Or he was just off his rocker. There are some people out there that are just off their rocker.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
That's
also
true.
true.
The good thing is at least he was polite the entire time. Like he didn't
Always
cause
polite.
any
He was
trouble.
always polite.
Which is nice.
And that's why, like, I'm not saying his name. I'm not saying anything.
Because there's nothing negative to say. It was just an awkward experience.
It was just an awkward experience. But it was so awkward that, like, a parent was like, how did that work out?
Yeah, I need to know what happened.
That is so
Who knows?
funny.
Maybe next episode he'll be a student. I can't tell you.
Yeah,
But
well, I remember you had that little girl we talked about that was super excited. The one that came in and said she wanted to wear your costume, and now she's in class on Saturday.
She's a
so
student,
She
yep.
is adorable, by the way.
it is,
That's so
yeah,
funny.
it's how
I
it
love
goes
the little
sometimes.
kids.
Yeah, but, like, that's a little kid. There's not a 28-year-old person that's coming in, like. So.
Was it graceful? I feel like that was a graceful moment.
So graceful.
So
So
graceful.
graceful. So, yeah, interesting tale, right?
I'm just saying, I can't imagine you bowing, you walk on the mat, and the guy just rolls stumbling behind you, and you're just like,
Yeah,
can I
know,
help
know.
you, okay?
Yeah.
Because right off the bat, I'm like, he tripped. But now you're like, no, he purposely rolled and stayed on the ground.
There's a part of me that's like, was he messing with them?
It does sound like it.
Because, like, that's why I was like, oh, man, I wish I was doing less. Because I've been like, I see what's going on here. Like, you're messing with me, right?
Yeah, it's like,
This sort of is like a little like, hey.
you got me. You got me. Waiting for the camera.
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher's out of that business, apparently, so no more hidden camera. Sorry. But that's funny.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to see that myself. That would have been great.
Yeah.
honestly.
We could have sent it right to
Every now
McDojo
and
Life
then,
for their little piece.
Every now and then you get one where you're like,
Another
what's
story
happening?
from Master Paul's book in part 2.
Yeah, seriously. The stories of the martial arts and mysterious.
Yeah. No, I have two other stories I'll tell you off camera
Oh,
Nice.
for this
okay.
week.
Nice.
Not a
So you
for
guys
camera.
don't get to know what they
So-
are.
You don't.
Yeah. So I didn't have weird scenarios like that. No.
Tell
other
us
than that.
in the comments stories of your weirdest interactions with people.
Has anyone ever genuflected to you awkwardly at work?
Well, and
And it is a respect thing
the
in martial
reason,
arts, though.
yes,
It does happen.
But Sal was interested.
It was just an awkward
particularly-
time for it to happen.
Like, he has awkward interactions as a school teacher. Every now and then you get some.
I don't believe it.
I'd be curious if you want to comment. Like, at any line of work, you've had an awkward interaction at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about your weirdest interactions.
So I know that I had, without giving out names because people know where each other works, they had a scenario. It was a school where the parents both share custody,
Harvard, Yale.
and it's a grammar school. Sorry, dang it, and
Not Ivy League.
it's odd. Instead of assigning days, it's who gets there first gets the kid that day.
Ah.
So
I'm
for the
sorry?
school, yeah. So the school, it's like a very awkward
It's like
scenario.
a race?
It seems like
Oh,
that.
that's awesome.
And it's
That's a great arrangement.
It's like 2 days a week.
Like drift
2 days a
racing.
week. It's like whoever gets there
Speed
first.
race.
Drifting around the
That's
corners.
amazing.
So normally,
It's like Mario Kart. They're tossing banana peels out the window.
most of the year it's been good where it'll be one or the other. Once in a blue moon, one will call as the other one got there.
Huh.
This week they got there. They both came, but one came before the other one, and the other one lost their mind,
That's awesome.
screaming at the principal and vice principal, like, you don't know what you're talking about, and I'm supposed to be picking up my
Man.
kid this day, and you're
That's
crazy.
amazing.
And then the other one is off. The husband is off his rocker, and
It sounds
they
like
have
it.
him in the office just sitting, and he's thinking he's leaving with the kid. And
Oh, that's amazing.
In this story,
I feel bad for teachers like that. That have to
Yeah.
I
do
feel
with
bad
that.
for the kid.
That's exactly right. So
You always feel bad for the kid.
I
These
would too.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly. So long story, a couple seconds longer. It seemed
Literally
like
getting played
it
tug of
seemed
war.
like the father was going to get the kid because they came.
He won the
yeah.
race, man.
Apparently, they ended
Yeah,
up
man.
going home with the mother.
To the winner go the
So,
spoils. I don't
yeah,
agree with that.
I don't know. Exactly.
I mean,
exactly. So it was a
If
real
the agreement
weird
is
one.
whoever gets
Well, I
there
learned-
first, he got there first.
I
That's what
I
I'm
learned
saying.
I learned a term this
But
week.
he's a little. They're nervous with him too. Like I think they're on the cusp of DIFUS calls. Both parents.
I learned a term this week. Nesting. You ever hear that?
No.
Tell me. I've heard. Is it like staying in a house and not leaving?
So
whether you want
like
to or
let's
not?
say you and I are married, right? And we get divorced.
Got it.
I live in a house for a week. You go someplace, and then you get the next week.
Oh,
you
no,
live in the
no,
house,
no.
and then I go away.
No, no,
Oh my
no.
God,
So
that's
new.
sounds like so much work.
We keep the house, but like we alternate.
We take turns.
You get a week,
Yeah.
I get a week. You get a
I
week,
have
get
it.
a
I've
week.
never heard of the term nesting.
It's
I've
weird,
heard of
right?
that before. Yeah.
It's a strange arrangement.
That just sounds like so
Yeah.
much more work than it needs to be.
Yeah, because now you have to keep stuff in 2 houses
Yeah,
in
exactly.
3 places. Cause
Well, I mean,
you always
well-
have to keep something.
Well,
like
no,
a
you just get a
travel bag or
hotel for a
something.
week or something. I don't know.
That's expensive, man.
You would
my
Yeah,
think,
God.
that'd be a
right?
lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
money you're spending there. It's
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
not worth
Steve
it.
would just crash on my couch. You know that.
Exactly.
I
I'm
was
staying
saying-
for a week. I'm
Yeah.
gone for a week. I'm
Hey,
staying
buddy,
for a
every other
week.
week I'm here. You get a fold-out couch in the back.
Right, yeah.
That's all. Or we'll make one of these.
I would help out around the house. I wouldn't just stay here.
See, he doesn't.
He didn't deny it.
He didn't deny that.
No,
would
I would
happen.
never deny
He's
it.
letting you know.
Where else would I go?
Oh man, listen, I
Where
have
else
a
would I go?
fold-out. I
With
have a
him? No
fold-out.
way.
There was no
Because
denying
you're right.
what
Nicole
was
would
going to
make it
happen.
Yeah.
Nicole will be like, no. You probably get a night on the couch. That's the most you're gonna get. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. That's as much as you get at my place.
So tell us, regale us with tales of your Mother's Day woes.
Oh yeah, so we'll go there. Mother's Day, we ordered. Some of you may have already seen them.
The Crocs.
They have no Crocs. It is a window insert that
Crocs.
goes into the house that allows you to place bird feed, and the birds go into this insert.
Shaped like a croc.
And you're supposed to be able to get a nice view of birds eating seeds within the insert. Okay,
Sounds amazing.
I mean,
so it's cool.
can't you just get a nice view of the birds eating seeds through your window?
Outside your window.
Yeah, but then they're like,
Isn't
at
the
other end
idea
of the
to keep
yard.
birds out of your house?
No.
I mean,
So I ordered
mankind
this
is
thing.
built to a time where we want the birds out.
Out.
There's 2
I
places birds should be.
Don't disagree.
There are 2 places birds should be: outside or
Or in my
flying
plate.
around Home Depot.
No, 3 places.
Flying around Home Depot.
Or Port Authority.
And
That's
Walmart
3
as well.
Oh
places.
yeah.
They're all over Port
And
Authority.
Walmart as well. I've seen some in Walmart.
Yeah,
No,
but
Port Authority.
Home Depot, they're all over the place.
Port Authority, every other one is missing a foot. They all have like the stub leg for some reason. I don't know why.
The birds or the people?
Yeah, a little bit of both. A little bit of both. It depends on what floor you're on. So, so I ordered this thing from the store that was advertising it through online, and
It's always a roll of dice when
I
you get
know.
something online.
I
Always a
should
roll
have
of dice.
really
I just bought a man purse.
probably avoid it. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's in already?
I hope it comes. No, I hope it comes soon.
All right.
It's from another
Let's see it.
Chinese company, but
Good
we'll
luck
see.
with that. So I order it, and they have the option for what they called fast shipping. Now, the normal shipping is 10 to 16 days, which I thought, I'm like, it's definitely 16 because you have to fly it over or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Unless but if they're offering fast shipping, I'm like, maybe they have a local distributor.
I was gonna say, how are we gonna speed that up?
Local distributor. That's the only
Time
thing I can
works
think of.
faster
Yeah.
in our fashion.
They can teleport.
That's what all the
so
UAP sightings are.
the turbojet.
The balloons. The
all
balloons
the
have
UAP sightings
products.
are just product.
That makes
They
sense.
get the
That makes sense.
turbojet rolling.
So I'm like, okay, they might have a local distributor. So I order it, and I get the receipt digitally sent to me, and I get the tracking number in like an hour or two. Perfect. I'm like, okay, this is good. A couple days go by, and
But it's one of those
track-
Chinese shipping numbers, right? Where it's like yen.
No. It was regular numbers. It was actually straight up numbers.
No, I know, but the company itself is a Chinese company,
No,
and it never works.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I noticed that later on. It didn't show it in the receipt. Everything was English
yeah.
based in the receipt, and even on the
No,
main
they're
page.
they're regular numbers. but
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
just
yeah.
that if you click the tracking number and you go in,
Yeah.
it's not great.
No, it wasn't not great. It was it looked
Anyway.
like standard tracking. Though is what I'm saying. It did.
So
These are good questions. Don't you rush me, Steven. Steven, don't
You got
rush.
someplace to be?
I know, Steve. You have a
we want to
rush.
hear the rest of the story.
He's hopefully that's good of a story. So tracking never updates. It's not going anywhere. So I email the company and I say, hey, tracking hasn't updated. And as a backup precaution, I ordered the same product through Amazon, and Amazon will give you a shipping date.
What a good husband you are
I
to
am
make
a
sure
great
you
guy.
got a
Right?
backup.
Backup and everything.
Yeah.
Like-
I don't want to mess around. I don't want to. It's Mother's Day is Mother's Day. It's got to be that.
So for Christmas, I think it was. So when I train, I wear those hockey culture shorts, the anime shorts. So I found there was another 2 anime shorts designs that I really liked, but they were from a different company. So I sent Kelsey those designs, and again, it was a Chinese company. Now, hockey culture did not have the designs, right? So a different company. They never came. Ever. She had to refute it with her bank.
I wish I had that issue. I'm not there yet. Close. Mine actually came in. It was worse. So fast shipping, slowest shipping possible. Never updates. I get the product from Amazon. That's it. Nicole opens up on Mother's Day.
Yep.
We put it together. It's exactly what the picture said, and it's in our window. It's the insert. We're excited about
Wonderful.
it. Awesome. Email the company. Hey, guys, we're beyond the time I needed it. The fast shipping, unfortunately, you're beyond that time frame, too. Please cancel the order. I get some kind of a notification, look like an automatic notification that says, sorry for your inconvenience, blah, 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 blah. It already went out. It's already out of our, warehouse. Pull it back. Cancel the order. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to use it. I need it for now. So I give it another 2 days to see if the shipping changes. It still doesn't. So now we're like towards the end of the week after when I needed it.
Yeah, and a lot of companies do. Like I know I get my Boston Scally caps.
Yeah.
You have if it's already shipped, they won't refund you till the package arrives, and then you send it back to them, and they issue you a refund.
And that's what they were saying. They're like, it's already out. And I said, okay.
And I've done it with them. They legitimately do it.
Yeah. So I said, if there's no other thing for you guys to do, fine. I'm letting you know because they're like, hey, if you might decide to keep it. I said, I'm not gonna. But never, honestly. Maybe I'd put it in another window. Maybe, I don't know. So now I get the product. And the original product I got from Amazon is in this really big box. Now, Amazon is notorious for putting things in these monster boxes anyway.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, this one came in like a really thin box. Now, it had molding on it. Like, it's decorative. It's pretty thick. I'm like, how is it going to fit all of that, which I already saw the product because it's up and running, in this box? I open it up, and the product looks like it's something your kids put together at like one of those Home Depot, like make your own.
Do it yourself.
It's super wafer thin. There's metal pieces to hold it together because the slots that are meant for the actual design aren't there.
Wow.
It's not finished. That means it's not painted. The gold top that they advertise is this regular like nut and bolt. I'm like, what is going on here? So not only did I miss the fast
It would
shipping,
collapse in the bird.
yes,
Really, it probably would.
there's no way it was.
Do you want to see a bird die up close? Here you go.
No, you're talking about birds in the house. That's the way. That's the way. A squirrel would have eaten right through it. Like
He
right
ordered
through
a bird trap.
No, an invitation. It's just a bird door, just to keep the
That's the
window
bird would go
open.
by and go, I ain't
Yeah.
going to that thing. It's
Yeah.
structurally unsound.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
at all.
We
They
get
just
one of
leave a
our
notice.
engineers take a look at that thing.
They leave a risk notice outside. That is not a that's a safety
Don't
hazard.
go to that poorhouse. Look at that. They can't even afford.
It did look like this is sound horrible. The hobo's version of the product. Like, it looked
Oh my
horrible.
God.
It looked horrible. So and I said this is something like a kid would have made in wood shop, right? Like they would try to make it in wood shop at school.
It's like a Boy Scout
really
project.
bad. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So
You should have kept it
now,
and raced it in the Pinewood Derby.
right? I could have wheels on and send it down. So now I'm furious, right? Because imagine this was what I got for Nicole.
Oh, yeah.
Now I would have lost.
Well, you would have a
thank
great
God.
story to tell her. As
So she's seen it. Now I started to. So I now I take pictures of it and I send it back and I said, this is a picture of what I ordered. This is what you sent me. So now I didn't get the fast shipping. You sent me a completely different product than I ordered.
Right.
I want all my money back.
Yep.
Everything. I want everything back. I said, respond to me. Let me know. Day goes by. I get the response. They want to offer me 15%.
seems reasonable.
I swear. So now, you know me, right? So now.
Yeah.
So now the pictures.
You graciously
with the
accepted.
Yeah, exactly right. Now pictures, side by sides, and colorful words. And I said, 100% is the only thing we're taking here. So now they come back and said the next day, we escalated to the management team, and we understand that you're not pleased with the product. The most we can do, unfortunately, is 20%.
You should have taken a picture
now-
of that next to Lucas Pinewood Derby car.
Yeah.
Next to what it's supposed
Next
to
to the
be.
one that you got from Amazon.
Yeah, next to my attorney's letter. So
those are the
now,
ones too, right? Yeah.
now I send them. I said, you guys sent me. You didn't take your honor for shipping. You didn't even send me the product I ordered. I said, but you want to keep profit out of it. I said, I'm not eating a loss for your inability to try to send a product that you're advertising, probably under cost when you put it all together. That's on you guys.
Right.
I said, so at this point, you're going to pay me 100%. I said, and look here, look at below. That's your service guarantee. You guarantee top quality and top delivery. Neither of those things happen.
Right.
Look at my receipt. I'm recopying it right underneath. 100% is the only answer you guys better give me after this. That is the only answer I'm accepting. So that was sent this morning. We will see now because it's the weekend, right? What they say, and then the next call will be to my credit card company, and I will charge it back and get all my money back. And I will blast this company online even worse than I've already been doing. So now I went onto their site where they're advertising, and I'm going on comments and just copying and pasting the side by side and saying, this is what you're getting. This is what you're getting.
Yes.
Don't
yes.
buy it. This is what you actually get. It's and people are like, oh my God, I can't believe. And then one lady's like, I know this was, and she had it in her window, and she's like, I didn't know if I had looked at it wrong. If this is it, I'm like, no, it's crap. Send it back.
We're like
throw it in the
Amazon.
box.
And that's the problem. Is unfortunately,
I try to help other
Unfortunately,
companies.
you want to help small businesses, but you're like, Amazon just gets it right, like
Yeah, man.
98% of the time.
And they're helping small businesses too, because
Right, 'cause it's not
they
like they're
are
the
the
one making the
wholesaler.
product.
Right.
They're not
But
making the products.
98% of the time,
But still.
they get it right. And if you don't like it, it's the easiest thing to return.
Oh my
for
God!
Amazon.
They can't. They're like a wholesale, like a Costco or
Yeah,
BJ.
yeah.
You can return things you didn't even buy there.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? They're very and now Amazon for the last year has had the return agreement with Staples near me, where I just go there, they scan it. I don't have to bring a box anymore. They're just like, you have the scan, sure, great, and they'll box it and send it back. So I don't even have to keep the initial box anymore. So
we
it's
just
so
just
easy.
had this with them. So
But what would you do? Like folks, and Dave and Steve know me. I'm trying really hard to be a super calm. I would have been a lot more, colorful. Should this be Crocs after hours? But I'm getting my money back.
we just had this with
So,
for
it's
Mother's Day
crazy.
we got my mom a picture of Declan on a canvas. You do the canvas at like
I love those.
and,
Yeah, they're nice.
I usually do it at CVS. My wife does Walgreens.
They do it.
So we did it. We were a little late on it, but she had just taken a nice picture the day before Mother's Day, and we're like, okay, let's get this picture. We'll put it on the canvas. So we're like, looking into it, and it's like Walgreens, same day. And we're like, oh wow, same day.
Same day.
That's awesome.
That's real
So
nice.
you pick your location, you click same day, and it gives you an email that says, hey, you should be able to pick it up. Your estimated pickup time is 2:00. She's like, great. Now, I've done this at CVS when they give you an estimated pickup time. You show up somewhere in that
They've got it.
just after that pickup time, it's good to go. So we're like, all right, estimated pickup time is 2:00. Let's go do stuff. So we go, we take care of errands, we run around, we ran a race that day, we do whatever we got to do, right? We show up to Walgreens at 5:00,
Anytime after 2.
way after 2:00. So I go in, I'm like, hey, I'm here to pick up a same day thing. Here's the, and the lady looks at me puzzled. And she's like, we didn't even create a label on that yet. I was like, it's the same day.
And I already got the pickup time.
Like, it gave me the estimated pickup. And she says, but did you get an email telling you to come and pick it up? I said, no, I got the estimated pickup window for the same day delivery. Same day pickup. And she goes, well, the lady that does that is out today. I'm like, so the lady that does all the setup is out today. I'm like, what? I said,
Why didn't I get that text?
I was like,
So what happened to
but
that message?
you say same day. Why didn't somebody email, like, by the way, it's not going to be same day? Or, hey, the lady that handles that's out, but here's the 3 closest stores to your location.
That you might be able to get it from.
You're
yeah.
telling me a giant company doesn't have a button where they can go, our photo person's out. So because it's an app you use on their
Yeah,
website
yeah.
that tells you which locations you can
But then
pick
the
it up at.
locations have to have a response. Like they get a notification and then some kind of a response.
Right.
You
You would
know?
think.
Yeah.
You would think. So I'm looking at the lady, I'm like, so nobody felt the need to like inform us? There wasn't like, because you knew the ticket wasn't printed yet.
What if I
so
was
you knew the ticket
driving
was
from
there.
far away to get here?
So I was livid. And I'm like, so like, I leave the store, I go out to the car, I tell her, and she's like, what? I was like, screenshot the email. So I get the email, and I go back in the store, I said, do you see what that says? And they're like, there's nothing we can do. I said, no, I know. I just want you to see this. Now, I give credit to the people that work at Walgreens because there's always 50 people in the store and 1 person working. So they don't ever have more than, like, if you ever need to rob someplace, Walgreens. Just rob a Walgreens.
They're just gonna give it to you.
There's 1 person there.
Who's gonna stop you?
They hire the oldest people they can find, and they put them by themselves. It's a disaster. So anyway,
These poor people, and I feel so bad, right?
so
Because
I call
the minimum
corporate.
wage, overworked.
So I call corporate.
It's a
It's
lot.
the next thing I do, and they're like, Because
I'm not. You're not trying to rat out the local people that are doing the job. It's just like you
But-
guys should give
but
them some kind of notification.
you know
Like,
me,
give them a
I'm
notification.
not a let something go. Like customer service is huge for me because
We're in the customer service business.
that's what we do, and just like I value that, And I think what threw me is they were completely unapologetic. They're just like, yeah, we don't have that ticket. Ladies off this week. Ladies off today. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, no, none of it. So I called corporate. I'm like, hey, I'd like to file a complaint, and they're like, sure. What's going on? I'm like, listen, not for nothing. It's same day. It's advertised the same day. We paid for same day. They gave us an estimated pickup on the same day. Said if you order something on Amazon and they say it's going to arrive the same day, it arrives 3 minutes before you order the thing. Like, it's a.
You're like,
I'm like,
ding no, what the? I didn't even hit send.
so like.
We thought you might order it, so.
So
we
like,
just said
and I was
so.
nice to the
Purchase
lady. And
history,
she's like, oh, I'm so sorry that happened. I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, it's not same day. Like, don't advertise. And you're telling me like you couldn't have sent me to. There's 3 other Walgreens within 4 miles of this store. Are all the photo people out? You couldn't have shipped it to one of them and been like, hey, listen, we
Or
can't. You
let that option come up on the device.
Right.
Yeah.
So she apologized and she's like, okay, I'm going to log that for you. I said, no problem. So then the next day, Kelsey gets an email. Then we ordered 2 canvases. We got ourselves one, we got my mom one because there was like a sale they were running on them. So I go in, I'm like, hey, I got an email. These are in. Are they actually in? To the one woman that's working there by herself. So I had to wait.
Was it the same woman?
No, it was not the same woman, but I had to wait like 4 minutes.
Yeah, because you have to go look now.
No, because there's people in front of me. And then she's like, she gets it. And then she's like, she takes it out. She's like, oh, this is going to be 50% off for you.
Oh, that's nice. At least
So they
did
knew
that.
I complained. And
That's
I'm like,
cool.
oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was supposed to be same day and it wasn't. She's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Well, at
And
least they backed it
And
up.
I'm like,
I
man.
wonder if that was the
15%.
photo
And
that
I
was
said to
off.
her-
I wonder if that
I
was
said
the
to her,
photo
I
when it was
go-
off.
I said to her, I'm like, still nobody else in this store but you, huh? I said, they really don't help you guys at all. And she goes, nah, and they're trying to cut my hours too.
So who's gonna? It's self checkout. Self
So I was like,
Just go behind
It's
the
getting to
register.
that
Just
point.
go behind the register.
I was like,
No,
what?
Walgreens actually have self-checkout.
No, they do have a
things now.
self-checkout, but like,
It's
you
crazy.
can't walk behind and like, this is my photo thing.
You know what's odd, I've never understood why a company would never have at least 2 people from a security standpoint. Because you say you go to the back of the store, you go to the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
And no one's in the now Walgreens, the doors are open.
They always have like, there's a pharmacist there. So they have somebody else in the store,
I'm
but
just
it's not.
saying.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
They're in back in the
Because-
back, the pharmacy
Because
section.
someone comes in that door
Oh, yeah, please.
looking for trouble, you have no one at the front.
Nope.
And now you come out of the bathroom and they're hiding in one of the aisles or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
You have no
well,
idea
this
what's going
my
on.
self-defense brain is always going with things like that. I'm like, that is just not well.
For me, that's
put
a big
together.
no. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't even think about it. It's horrible to do that.
Yep.
And there's a lot of places like that right now.
A lot.
And I understand from a business perspective, it is really tough to keep employees
Yeah.
because the money's not there, the travel's not there, and it's not just people are lazy, they don't want to work. That's not what it is. Getting to work costs almost as much as the money you're going to make
Oh,
when you
yeah.
get there.
And
Right.
a lot of
So
companies are
it's
using the
just tough.
self-checkout things and the
Big.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
everywhere. It's everywhere right now.
Wawa has it now.
You know, and those that don't have the self checkout at least have the self payout. So you might still have
Yeah.
someone get your stuff for you, but then the payment at the end could be digitally on a point of
Yeah,
sale.
we
or
were just
something.
at the Costco today, the Price Club,
Yep.
and they have a self checkout, but it's not really a self checkout. There's like 3 people there, like watching you at all
Monitoring it. I
times.
know.
Like,
So here's my funny thing though, right? If you can do it better because you work here.
yeah,
Right?
Are you judging my performance? I don't care. Get on this side. and actually scan the stuff.
I always think there should
That's
be
your job.
I always think there should be an age test though on self checkout because I can get up and bang through stuff, but then like you get behind that one older person, and that's not a shot at older people, but when they're like,
No. The best, right, is they have the gun and they're turning it in a circle, but it's on the bottom. They're just constantly like,
yeah.
It's like, ma'am, it's on the bottom. Ma'am. Oh, no. Nope. The butt. Yeah, no, that you're still turning it in a circle, ma'am. Right? And it's just like,
So, and in
I
one
love
final bit of news,
Oh.
You won the lottery. Want to share it with us?
Let's end on a sad note.
This whole episode has been like.
No, this has been entertaining. I love it.
Let's end on a sad note.
Let's not do that,
We've
guys.
got confirmed word that the TGI Fridays in Brick,
Oh, this
where
is
we
sad.
spent many a
Steve,
Saturday
I know
after
you were
the
never
dojo.
part of those, but Dave and I were. This was a
You've gone
part
through
of-
it a couple times, but
Not me, though.
many times after Saturday dojo outing, we would go to that TGI Fridays in Brick,
I
which is-
feel like we should visit tomorrow for like.
which is its final
20
day
minutes.
Sunday today when we're doing this podcast. It is officially shutting down. It's gone. It's closed.
Oh wow.
Is it?
done.
And it's not relocating. It's out.
I don't know about relocating, but I mean, Fridays are all these restaurants are facing hard times.
You see
Yeah.
Red Lobster closing like 50 still.
After the all-you-can-eat shrimp,
Yeah.
like they
Done.
went bankrupt after the all-you-can-eat shrimp thing.
I wonder why.
That was a bad move.
yeah, that was
They
expensive. shrimp.
severely underestimated how Americans can eat shrimp.
Oh yeah. Oh, it is. It is like. It's definitely finger food. Like,
Yeah, it is.
have you ever?
I
seen
hope
anybody?
they still keep making the Red Lobster biscuits, though.
Those are good.
Yeah, they sell the pouches, the Cheddar Bay biscuits. You
Oh,
can-
I never buy them separately. Yeah.
Oh no, they sell the mix. You make it yourself at home,
Oh, I didn't
and it's
know
a Red Lobster Cheddar
You
Bay
use
biscuits.
that for your little. What do you use that for? You've used those for something.
Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Well, yeah, but
I've used them
I guess
as
side.
a
I thought,
side
you use it,
dish.
I thought you use it to make something though, don't you?
No,
Cheddar
I
No,
just
nothing,
use it-
just use the
I
biscuits?
make the Cheddar Bay biscuits.
What do you make it with exactly?
No, I thought he used it to
I
make like
use
one of
that
those
to
little
make
English
pizza
muffin
crust.
pieces or something. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
No, I do not. No,
You didn't use
I
that?
see what you're saying.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
no.
No,
Oh, well.
Fridays has a special place in my heart for so
Yes.
many reasons. There was
Yeah.
2 Fridays I went to, the one in Brick and the one in Eatontown. Those are the 2 that I went
I
to.
think Eatontown's still open,
Yeah, that one's still up by the mall.
and I
It
think
is.
the one, if you're on your way to Ocean County Mall,
But the one in
if you're
Eaton-
familiar with our area,
I wonder if the one in Eatontown's going to stay because they're going to close the mall down the next
they're
couple
all
years.
they're all struggling.
Yeah, listen, it is not again
Like
it's not
Fridays,
easy.
Applebee's.
Owning a business is insanely difficult nowadays, and the demand by consumers, as you saw today, is high because the competition is challenging out there. So
But
you
those
gotta
those
go
like
into business
chain
with your
restaurants
ducks-
are having.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
I think what's challenging too for a lot of businesses is they miss the point of this is I guess some of the younger businesses or businesses that just don't get it. Like be very upfront with what you can deliver. Don't try to deliver what people want to hear and
Like
then
all you can
bomb
eat
it.
shrimp.
Yeah, be very open on what you can deliver and then be really good at that.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh
So
yeah.
like same thing with like I'll joke with the shipping. But if you can't do next day shipping, that's not the problem as long as you could definitely
Yeah.
do like, hey, we're 5 to 10 days max, you will have it that day or 50% off
And
product,
the trouble with
whatever.
these
Like, be
restaurants
honest.
is like when all these restaurants they open and everybody's excited to go to them when they first open because it's new, it's fresh,
so
it's
is
new.
the place, yeah.
And then they die out.
Yeah, well, what's the retention? What's the pullback? That's the problem,
know,
right? Like, how do you get?
Like they've really had a
back?
hard time in that Brick Plaza area keeping like where Quaker Steak used to be. Like they've had like 12 different restaurants in there.
Yeah, what's happened?
I don't
Both
know.
restaurants went out, right? There's 2 restaurants right next to each other. that went out.
Couldn't tell you. It keeps changing. It's
Is
been
the
out
Eat
for
at
a while.
Rosie's still there?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like they're pretty good. That's a good chain
Yeah.
or a franchise anyway. It's not a
Yeah,
big
I
chain.
mean, there's just those chain restaurants. It's tough.
Yeah. What did
It's tough.
I in Arizona? I ate at a place called Taco Boys. It was really good. They made all the inside content
There
was
were
all
tacos
fresh.
made out of boys.
Yes. No. Boys made the tacos. Only boys.
Soylent Green is people.
You're very awkward today. But it was good. It
You
was
don't know
really
Soylent
good.
Green?
No.
Oh man, I used a dated reference. Then you didn't get
I
it.
didn't say it. So tell me, what's
What?
was it?
It's
was
from
it-
Twilight Zone.
No, well, I never watched Twilight Zone.
Oh.
And is that the Twilight Zone in color or in black and white?
No, we're going way back.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
Soylent Green is so the whole episode is like futuristic apocalypse
Mm-hmm.
thing, and people are eating Soylent. Everyone has to eat Soylent Green, and you find out Soylent Green is made out of people.
Oh, that's really great, Dave.
Just saying.
Nice.
Just say that's the reference.
So if you're in
And
Arizona,
Futurama has used the reference before, and Simpsons, and Family
I'm
Guy,
not taking. I won't be taking a Waymo, but I will be going to Taco Boys again when I get out there.
and going back to Arizona again.
Yeah, not soon. Probably 6 months or so. Not soon.
I think we have a wedding in Arizona. We might be going to at the same time. No, we
At
don't.
the same
should.
hotel.
The hotel I was at was nice. Yeah,
In
yeah,
Arizona,
sure,
was it
yeah,
Samurai
yeah.
Cowboy themed?
It was not.
Then I'm not
that
interested.
nice.
Then I'm not.
Yeah.
Every hotel now is voting for me unless it's a Samurai Cowboy themed hotel.
I listen. I hear you. I think you should start decorating the house, Samurai Cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about time.
I mean, I'm a little bit samurai. She's a little bit cowboy.
It actually is.
I
You guys
know.
are
That
100%
is
right.
our blend.
I don't know how you guys didn't have one of your weddings there. Of your two.
We're gonna do another wedding. We'll do it that way.
You should.
They're
We're all
vow
go-
renewal. They're
All
vow
going
renewal.
to Texas.
We made a joke about getting married like every year
You
because
should. Like
the
a
first
mini
2
one.
years of our marriage we got married.
Yeah. Keep it consistent. Keep it consistent. I like it. You
Yeah.
should have had like a little like mini
Well,
ceremony
we did.
at like a dinner.
So we did our honeymoon like 2 years after we got married,
Okay.
and like we did the hiking in Utah, but we fly into Vegas.
Okay.
So we landed at the Vegas airport and we drove by one of the chapels, and I'm like, we could make it number 3.
Listen, you're be excited. She said yes twice. It's already
Right?
2 more times.
No,
than
I'm
mentioned
on-
She had her
before and
chance.
1 extra time. Than
I'm gonna
most.
keep tempting fate till I get the no one,
Oh yeah, that one shocking factor.
right?
She's like, give me the mic.
I'll say it right now.
Yeah. No. Yep.
Yeah.
So she can't even keep her a straight
Steve,
face
do you have
on.
any to share? I feel like
What?
you've been.
Yeah, we kept you on the down low
Yeah.
today.
Some of the
No
you
devastating
had a story,
news?
You had a story.
Any shopping mishaps?
I have no story.
Any shopping?
to shop
man?
more.
Nobody told me I was supposed to bring a story for this.
How's my
episode.
hoodie coming?
I have no stories. I
Where's
have
my
no
hoodie?
news. There's nothing
So we're
crazy
taking
that
a
happened.
poll on how Steve should get his haircut because that's
Oh.
coming on
Yes.
Tuesday.
And when he should get his next
And
hoodie.
the rumor is it's the death of the mullet.
No. Are you shaving your face?
No, absolutely
No.
not. That's not going to happen. Do you want
You
to lose
should-
viewers?
I want to.
I want you to go back to the
People
D'Artagnan.
would see that. People would say,
We-
what? No,
Which
God,
ones?
no.
He used
that's
to just do the
awful.
mustache with the little thing down
Don't
here.
do that.
No way.
That only
Absolutely
looks
not.
good on Picone, on no one else.
Colton doesn't do.
Colton
He
has
just
full
does the
beard.
mustache.
Didn't he have that for a little while? Yes, he did.
No.
Yes, he did.
He has a full beard
He
now,
did
but-
just the mustache for a
He has
while.
a full beard now.
He
yeah.
did do just the mustache.
Or no, he did the
twirled it
beard
up.
with the
He
twirl.
did the
Remember
full on
that?
like.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
still had the beard, but he had the twirled mustache. Yeah.
The evil villain look.
Man, if my doctor walked in like that,
That'd
twirling
be
the
cool.
mustache.
said, "What surgery performed here, doc?"
Exactly. You're waiting for like him to pull out a long cigarette and,
Yeah.
and a bag from a bank.
So
Yeah.
what do
Like,
you think you're gonna get with?
I don't know.
Your hair does flip up in the front. You can
It
do
does
that.
not flip up in the front. Look how it goes to the side.
That's right
It'll
now.
work. It'll work.
Are you shaving it?
No, he's saying that.
That's okay. Crew cut it.
He's saying
It's
that.
the summer.
He's
No.
saying do that.
Don't crew cut it. I
He's
say,
looking at your forehead going,
I
"No,
say,
you'll be one of us."
Fade one of us. No. I say fade
That's
it.
gonna happen later
Listen,
on in life.
I say fade it up and then keep the top, almost like Lomar's recent haircut, like something like that.
That's what I was telling him to do. The one that you saw him today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
Like Dan's haircut.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Tell Dan to
send.
send you a
It
picture.
was just this is starting to get a bit too much upkeep.
And this is gonna get hot in the back of your
It
neck.
doesn't really turn out as like the way I want it to look. So I'm like, I don't know. This is like, why did I listen to Master Dave in the first place? Like, I'm getting rid
Well,
of
that
this
wasn't the one he
nonsense.
suggested.
No, I did. I wanted to shave the sides fully.
Listen, I told
Exactly.
you why it didn't happen. I said
Because,
the reason.
so you didn't listen, so that you didn't get the results you wanted.
no,
Exactly.
no. That is
Yeah,
not.
that
that's
is.
incorrect.
You,
I
you
told.
took your barber's word over me.
I took the advice
blame
of
it
the
on Master
person that
Dave.
literally deals with cutting people's hair as a living. Yes, I did.
But he
I
doesn't deal
took
with
his advice.
relationships like Master Dave
no.
does.
No, no, no,
What does this
no,
do
no,
with
no.
relationships? Is my hair?
Your relationship with your hair.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
very important.
I don't. It's just there.
He knows how.
For now, it's just there. It's gonna go away one day.
No. He cuts the hair. He styles hair, but people generally come in what they want.
And I
He's
showed
not
him
necessarily
pictures.
an expert on what looks the best.
Hey, listen, man. I showed him a picture of exactly what you describe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he gave his advice, and
And you took it,
I
which was
took
wrong.
his advice.
It was wrong.
Because
Yeah,
and listen,
okay.
he's the expert.
Listen, I'll
right?
cut
It's like
your-
someone
I'll cut
coming
your
in.
hair. I'll
It's
cut your hair.
it's like
cut
someone
Luca's
coming
hair.
into the dojo,
fine.
right?
It's
And-
not, though.
But it is. It's like someone.
No, it's
but we're
not.
the experts in our field.
Yeah, but
and it would be like someone going against our advice.
But you're talking about aesthetics. Aesthetics are a very different thing when you're talking about.
But he's
an
the one
ex-
that deals with the aesthetics, though.
No,
he's
but
the
when
one
you're
that deals
talking
with it all his
about
life.
when you're talking about. So here's my thoughts on aesthetics.
We have a microphone for you if you want to talk.
Thank you.
thank
That's
no,
my. That's,
no, the mic. I put
that's my
out there
point.
for you.
So
She
my-
said aesthetics are a very personal
That's
thing.
my point.
Kels,
So like, when you're talking
can you
about,
please come over here
when
and
you're
just do an
talking
off-camera
about, when you
comment?
talk about martial arts, you're talking about a surgery, you're talking about, then yes, the expert, like, it's a very specific thing. When you're talking about aesthetics, that is a personal thing because one barber may tell you, yeah, I don't like the way that looks on you, where you go to somebody else and like, dude, here's what you need to do with your hair.
Oh, you
As-
can see 3 top-level barbers that'll give you 3.
It's the same like interior
completely
design,
different, yep.
right? It's an aesthetic thing. Not everybody likes the same interior design things. So like, I like the way my house is
Speaking of
designed
which,
from the
your
inside,
house-
but
Terrible.
I like our choices. But we have 2 friends, Mike and Ricky, married couple, 2 guys
Now
that
former
are
friends.
that are very, when their aesthetics are very different. So they look at ours, it's like, oh, this is cute, but like, deep down they're like,
Yeah. Wouldn't do any of that. Yeah.
So,
I'm not gonna make any of those comments. sorry.
aesthetically, it's a thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, just
I'm
shave it.
open to suggestions.
Just shave it.
I'm not going bald yet.
Do the course and do the Lowmeyer.
No, the Lowmeyer.
That was my look.
You know
when
what that is,
when
right?
I had hair,
the
I
top
used to
of
do
your hair
that.
stays relatively the same, and they just fade
Yeah,
into
I
it.
wasn't gonna
Yeah.
shave. I did that the one time where I did a buzz cut where it was all. It was all the same.
No
length,
buzz cut.
though, and it was buzzed all the way
No,
across.
no buzz cut.
I didn't like how that looked.
Do a Yamahawk.
I'm not doing a Yamaha.
Do a reverse mohawk.
I'm not doing a reverse
We just go the
mohawk
middle.
either.
Shave the middle.
I said to him, I was like, my hairline's going the direction where I probably could do the mohawk thing that you did. I could follow the hairline and just do that.
You're not old enough yet. I was like 28 when I did that.
He's old enough.
I gotta
Let's
wait
do it.
3 years.
No, you won't. No, do it now. No, I think you should do the Lowmeyer. We're gonna call it the Lowmeyer. It's a very
It's-
clean
But
so
cut.
I don't
I
want
used
to
to
do
do the-
somebody else's hairstyle though. Why
Well,
should I
he
do
didn't
me?
invent it. Thank you.
It's a standard haircut.
It's
It's
what I
deep in
did.
the
It was
top,
big
yeah.
in the because that's what I did when I had hair before I did like spiky hair in college. All throughout high school, I would do like the shorter with the little flip gel up in the front. That was very popular too.
Yeah, I think that's the direction you.
Yeah,
you're
I
gonna
might
work
just,
in.
I
You're
might
right.
just, I might do that.
What's
I
your
did
other
used to go
options?
shorts on the side. I did used to go short on the sides, and like I might have to do something different with it. I'll just have to cut something different with it. But I might just like let the top just stay natural.
Or
Just stay,
what
keep
if
keep it as it is. Like
you-
it
what
goes,
if you
it's very wavy.
updated?
But my hairline goes back so far now on the sides. Like right
What
here,
if you
like
updated
here.
the mullet
Mm?
to Dave's look?
Updated
And just
the
shave
mullet.
the
Shave the sides.
So
yeah.
shave the sides. Just tell
Yeah. Yeah.
I got cat hair.
So then you still have a little bit of long hair in the back if you want to.
No, you don't want long hair in the back. It's time. It's the summer.
Well, you know what's
Yeah, no,
interesting though?
I'm pretty,
you
I'm
could
pretty
do,
short.
You could do it,
Mhm.
see how it looks, and then if you don't like it, then it just evens it out across the board.
I've also been thinking of doing like keeping the hair on the top like this exact length.
Yeah.
And then just doing the shave on the almost like what is that called? And
Standard
that has
haircut.
a name. No, that has a name. It has a name. Where it's
Bob
like it's like this is the exact length and then everything underneath is like shaved.
A fade.
cut. Yep.
Not exactly a fade.
It
It was
is a
something
fade,
different. What was the I see it on my phone. What was it called? My phone's the camera, so I can't use it.
It
Just
is a fade.
I don't
no, it's
know.
not a fade.
A flat top.
No.
No.
What are you?
I'm gonna pull
Kid-
the master
kid and
ball.
play?
Look.
Shaved head, long top.
Something. Oh God, I've got it slipped my mind. Can you help me out here, young Jamie?
Shaved head.
Are you letting him be young,
that's
maybe?
Kelsey.
He's the one that's
Everything's
looking it
going
up.
down. All
He's the one
this
that's
is- all
Whoever
this is
looks
going
something
down.
up on our podcast will be known as the young Jamie.
There you go. Take turns.
What's
We're
it
all
called?
about taking
Top
turns.
knot.
No, I can't do a top knot with this length.
I don't know.
Oh,
That's a lot
okay.
of work already.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll have to look it
It's
up.
a lot
and
of
I'll
work.
have to help
Although
you
I
out.
tell Kelsey all the
tell
time
you
she
guys
should do
later.
something like that, and she's like, never.
Like what? Did you look at that?
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Even
gonna
if
save
she
that
did
for
like the one side. You know what I'm thinking of? Gwen from Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Gwen,
She
yeah.
would look great like that. That would
That's what
work.
I'm saying. Shave the one side.
I'll just
Do
I'll
it.
just do that.
Do it.
I'll just do that.
You gonna do the Gwen from Spider Gwen?
I'll just do that.
Do the Gwen. You should do
I'll
the
just do that.
Gwen.
I'll just do that.
That
Dave will
might
glue
work
his
for
hand.
you.
Oh yeah,
just to
Master
make
Paul
sure
yell at me.
Just to make sure it's accurate, Dave's gonna glue his hand to your head.
You're right.
Yeah, just to make sure.
That was big for a while with the teens. Thank God that's going away. But remember they used to keep the one side long,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like kind of
cover
like
their face.
like the Adolf
The
Hitler.
emo phase. Yeah.
There was a lot of kids that used to do that.
They did it all the time. It was like what, like 4 years ago. Every kid was doing it.
Yep.
It's kind of gone away,
Yep.
and I'm okay with it. Like, it's keep it dead.
Yeah,
it
it's
wasn't
just
good when it was
not-
here.
It wasn't good when it was there.
Yeah.
I
old
don't
Tobey
mind
Maguire
the
from
sides
Spider-Man
shaved
3.
with the line and the hair in a ponytail. Like, I don't mind that. I think that looks good.
That looks cool. That looks very
does.
samurai-esque, I think.
Yeah, it kind of Folsey's got it now. It looks good. It's
Oh,
a
yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
fit.
It does look good. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
works. The
My hair's
like
too
the
wavy for
European
that.
soccer player look, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, no matter what, the sides are gonna get short. The top's gonna stay the same length. Maybe just
I
like a
might
touch
bring
up,
this
but
top down a little bit, but yeah, for the
I
most
wouldn't
part.
overdo it. You don't have
Go
to.
tell me you want clean and professional.
Yeah,
Clean
Say
and
those
professional?
words. Clean and professional.
Yeah,
See what he
maybe,
says.
yeah. See what he does.
Razor.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it,
This is clean and
He
professional.
comes out looking like one of us.
That's it.
undercut. Undercut. That's what it was.
That doesn't sound right at
Undercut?
all. That sounds
What?
like
I'm going to Google that.
yeah. That
Please.
sounds
Let's
Just
double
in case.
check.
And that's what my brain just came up with, though. I'm sorry. My brain was working on it this entire time.
Wow.
You know how when
And
you like
that's
you,
what you
you
came with.
well, you,
You might be
you-
right.
You know, well, you know what? When you have a question that you just can't remember the answer to, and your brain is like always working on it.
Oh, yeah. No, he's right.
Let me see. Oh, I believe you. Yeah.
Perhaps.
No, he came to the table pretty confident. Like he knew what it was. But how is that different than a fade? Do this side by side with a fade.
That wasn't exactly what I was thinking of. I think no, I don't want that. I don't want that.
That would look good.
You think?
Yeah.
Eh,
See?
That
Super short on the sides and leave the top long.
Yeah, it's like Tommy Shelby. That actually not bad.
You're gonna do.
I don't know if my hair will be able to pull
No,
that
you
off.
can't
Mine's
do
too
that.
wavy
No,
for
the
that.
other one. You need to
The
do,
first
you
one,
need
right,
to do
yeah.
a half, right? Not even a one.
Yeah, it's
a
like
half
a
on the side.
0.5 down lower,
Yep.
right? It fades up into like a
And
one.
then
I
they
guess.
can do the line. You could do the line
So,
on one
so,
side.
Yeah.
so today's
Do
been complaining about things and then Steve's hair.
Very
Pretty
good
much.
topics, everybody.
Telling
This is-
stories and then my haircut.
I
Exactly.
can't wait for next week when he complains about his haircut.
Yeah, be like, why did you guys talk me into this?
That needs to be a short during the week. We can't even wait.
You know what you could do? Tell your barbers, tell Scott, you would like a croc shaved into the back.
Commit.
Commit. Either you're with us or you're not.
Oh, I'm with you guys. I'm just thinking, I am with not doing that. Is what
Oh,
I'm
I mean,
with.
Listen,
That's it. That's the
Dave
look.
and I have committed to our hairstyle.
It's true.
You
You're
can
very
commit to
committed.
yours.
You're very committed, and one day I will have to join you. But today is
That
not
would be
that
an
day.
interesting
Today
episode.
is not that day.
That will be an interesting. Do you know I still have little kids calling me Master Dave?
Oh, I bet.
Especially the newer
Excuse
wipeouts.
me, old Master
The
Dave.
newer wipeouts, they don't say that. The newer wipeouts that I'll be
That-
teaching a class, and if I didn't introduce myself,
They think that you're
they'll
Master
just say
Dave,
Master
right?
Dave. They'll just be like, Master Dave, how are you? And it's like, hey there, how are you?
Yeah. Well, you know what's
I'm
crazy is
Sensei
I get,
Nick, but it's
people,
okay.
I get people calling me Master Andrew.
You guys look.
I'm like, how?
Nothing
What are you
alike.
thinking? Like, what? How? Why?
I
least
don't think
we-
we, yeah.
no, I mean we're
We're
both
bald.
and we're about the same
Oh,
I
height.
mean,
even
they're going
better.
to start calling me
Even
old
better.
Master Dave because I got the thicker
The
with
beard,
the
yeah.
white. and
I'm
keeping
bringing
it
this in a
trimmed.
little bit, just a little bit. I'll bring it in again, but I'm not gonna go too thick. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm in the weird like. I
Go
think
just
I'm gonna.
enough so it's visible, and they leave it like
I
that.
think I'm the thicker to
10
that
day stubble.
again.
10 day stubble, and they leave it like
Yeah.
that.
I
We'll
like
see.
that. That's a good idea.
It's just enough that's visible. What is this that you have yours trimmed to?
Right now it's not trimmed.
But you have a
It's just
beard.
going.
You have a beard trimmer though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I need to
Yes,
get
we
one.
both use the same one.
yeah.
All right, I have to get one.
We are. I am in the grow it out phase again. Because I
Are
feel
you
like
eight?
I feel like I look better with the thickest.
8 or 10? 8.
I think I'm gonna grow it to an 8. I think I'm gonna grow it to an 8.
I
But
think it looks
right now
fine.
I'm in the growing phase. So
Of course, we're thinking of growing more facial hair going into the summer.
no, but
We
you know
always
what?
do that.
Every picture I look at myself with more facial hair, I'm like, yeah, I guess it did look better when I had it a little bit thicker compared to like.
Those days that you and I come in and the face is reset, it's definitely weird. Especially you, because you keep it more often than I do.
Yeah.
Like I'll go on for a couple months where it's completely shaven.
Well,
but
see,
you'll-
so because Kelsey does not like me clean shaven, and
oh, I think it just stop. It does not.
it
like you.
has to
Continue.
be it has to be visible. But then if you just do stubble, it's skin irritation. So if I hug her, or like, and honestly, Declan's skin gets
Yeah, because he
if I'm
hugs you.
holding,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
hugs
yeah, yeah.
against the-
Mm-hmm.
his skin gets
Yeah, you have
real.
to get past that certain length where it's not like
Yeah.
scratchy. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Have you guys ever tried having like the beard? What is that called? Where it goes longer as you go down?
Yep.
Like where it's
I've
shorter
done
up top, and like a faded in. I guess. is
I've
what
done
you fade
every
it.
beard style
No,
possibly
I
imaginable.
I haven't tried. Oh, I'm
that
thinking about
last
it though.
push for a beard was the first time I even tried a beard. I don't do a beard.
I'm
really.
thinking about it, especially if I'm planning on going
Do you
that
remember
short
I
with
used
the
to
sides.
change my beard
that I was
style.
gonna up here be shorter. And
I
then
used to
have it
change
go
my
longer
beard
as I go
style
down.
every.
Try
Yeah,
that.
they're gonna try it.
I changed my beard
At least
style
over the week that we have off,
every-
so that it's bad, I can fix it.
You think
No.
you'll
I have
have
a whole week to fix
Do
it
it.
before the dojo.
Well,
Try it.
I used to
That's
change my beard style all the time, I've been with goatee for many, many years, but for the longest time, I would change it every week. It would be a different beard style when I was younger.
Yeah, just having fun with it.
I did one when I had the goatee get really thick, and then I had trim on the sides, so like visible beard but trim to a thicker
It was
goatee.
just right here that was thicker, huh?
Yeah.
I should try that.
I mean, you
It would
can
make it
even
look older,
do
but-
that.
It
like,
made me look older.
You know,
it
like,
definitely made me look older.
And I'm not. This is not a bad thing, but I was saying like the Hispanic haircut where they actually will cut it in real sharp.
See,
Do
yeah.
that.
I think I
Have your
had
barber do
Scott
that.
do a beard lineup for me one time.
Do it.
And then I kind of just maintained it myself. But I also didn't want it to look like too like.
No, but
so
whenever
after
you get
he
a
did it
fresh
the one
haircut,
time, I
you
did it
want it like
myself.
that.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. I didn't want it to look too like I wanted it to
You
look
do the
more
chin strap
natural.
where you can bring it all of it down.
He did a chin
I
strap
did
for a
that
while.
for the longest
like it?
time. I mean, yeah, it was all right.
Okay, then keep what you got and just make it thicker. It's fine.
Yeah. The
mean,
chin
you-
strap was all right.
You
but-
have a solid jawline, so you don't really need to bring more to it. But if you want to, whatever.
I have a solid jaw. No,
I don't know. Whatever.
I don't.
Yeah, we're good. But that's I can't wait to see what the haircut. What you kind of decide. When are you getting a cut?
Tuesday.
Ooh, Tuesday is a good day.
So 2 days.
I want we guys see pictures. We should tape it. You should have
You guys gonna come with me?
What time you got?
on a giant VHS camcorder.
Oh my god, that would be so funny.
That's how we'll tape it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Scott wouldn't
Record
mind.
it.
I'm sure Scott wouldn't mind. I think he'd
I'll
probably
get the big shoulder
pretty
thing.
entertaining.
I'm proud, Dad. Yeah, you get that
Here,
haircut.
click, click, click. As the tape
The
picks
film,
up.
yeah.
You remember, Pete, that's what you would bring the big thing.
No, I had the smaller ones with the 8mm ones.
Right, the mini DVs
Yeah,
and the
mini DVs,
but
yeah.
that was you gotta
That
go.
was the
You
next
gotta go.
thing in
That was the
Bob's,
next
like,
iteration. If you go back past, I remember my dad had the big,
Slideshow.
the big black one where it was like,
We need slideshows. That's what we need. Where
Yeah.
you put them in the projector.
Oh yeah.
We had one of those. They're funny.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah. So cool. I can't wait to see your haircut. My haircut will
Well-
be this.
So, I was like,
you?
come on, guys, gotta
Your next haircut.
join
Dave?
me.
Yes. My haircut's pre-decided.
you got closer. You shaved yours closer still.
Well, the new buzzer I have now goes right down. So it's
Good.
either the 3 heads and then one in the middle,
yeah.
and then I just.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yep, it's easy.
That works
It
out really
doesn't
well,
make it-
yeah.
No mess, no muss, no fuss. It's pretty easy. Get it done in the morning. It's finished, but it's low. Like it goes straight to, to a 1, or to not even a 1, just a
0, right? Yeah.
Yep, because there's no levels to it. Like I can't.
That is the level.
That
Yeah,
is the
that is the
level.
level.
That's
Is it like an interchangeable head? Like you take that off, put it like a regular trimmer
I
head,
don't
or is
know.
that it?
I don't know. It came at 1, so I don't know. I'd have to look it up to see if there was.
I just use a razor. I use the head blade and just go.
Do you? Yeah. I
You
don't-
can see by the end of the night where it starts to grow back because my hair actually still
Yeah.
grows pretty darn fast.
Well, we're Italians, so
I don't use the razor because it makes a mess now. This thing actually takes all of it into it.
it sucks it all up.
Yep, and then
Crazy.
I just empty it into the toilet.
It's like a vacuum type deal, huh?
Yeah,
Nice.
So it makes no mess at all. That's what I'm saying. It's the best.
That's pretty cool.
With the razor, I would do it in the garage because it makes such a mess that I just sweep it up into the garage.
Yeah.
But this one, I just go right to the bathroom. I have the 2 mirrors. Done. Yeah, it's pretty.
Very
good.
I
cool.
do
And
mine
I
in the
have-
shower, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, you can do that too. I just try not to add extra hair to the shower. I've already got the 2 women there.
I got the
Yeah,
I got
right.
I got the thing that catches, and
Yeah,
you pull
yeah.
that out.
Yeah. Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have. For me, to get to it, it's like I have to move the screws. And then
Oh
pull
yeah,
it
no.
out
I
for-
have a particular. It's designed to catch everything.
Yeah.
And then pull it out and take the hair out and then boop, boop. Because I have a wife and hair is a thing.
You know, who
I have
kind of cares about it.
Isabella
Yeah.
and Kelsey. Got it. Yep. Well, she's gonna shave her head soon anyway, so it's fine.
So I show her that picture. She'll be like, "Yeah, man.
I think she really should.
All right, time to kick this crock into comfort mode.
We're good.
All right then.
If you haven't already."
I was gonna say that if you had any opinions on anything that we discussed tonight, leave them in the comment section below, so we can boost our engagement and algorithms and get our stuff out to more people. But also, if you haven't already, you can follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok at Kickin in Crocs, KICKIN.in.Crocs, CROCS.
Best.
Subscribe to us on YouTube to watch the video versions of this podcast, and like the podcasts. Comment below, and if you're listening on audio only, then you should give us
5-star reviews or whatever the review style is. Give us the highest, the best, the most practical for your moment there. Share with everyone you've ever met. Talk about us on holidays. We have Memorial Day coming up next weekend.
Oh,
and
yes.
We'll do some great thank yous to all the men and women out there who have and continue to serve and protect us and allow us to do great shows like this one. But share. Talk about it. Comment. Let's see if we can hit our comment goal. So
what will be our comment goal?
let's say I'm going to stretch. I'm a stretch goal guy. 15 comments.
15. Now, is that including our replies?
Nope.
Not including our replies.
This is a tough one. It's a stretch goal.
Well, Charity, comment 15 times, please.
That counts. It'll count. It'll count. Have everyone in your family add a comment. That works.
Actually, that would work out. She has a pretty big family. That would work out really well.
Yeah, help us out with that. That'd be cool. It doesn't have to be 15 unique comments. 15 comments total, which is not from us.
Just so you can be the same person.
But not from us. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that's all we have for tonight there, folks. Until next time, I've been Steve.
Always, Dave.
Still Nick.
We love you from the bottom of our Crocs.
We sure do. Goodbye, mullet. You stay kicking, internet.
Whooshaw.
You stay chopping mullet.
Mullet.
You chop off mullet?
It's what we love. It's my mullet. Good night, everyone.